All right, guys, so today we're going to talk some infield play. We're going to talk about glove work, footwork, just overall body positions and movements. We're going to use the Rukket Sports Rebounder, and I'm going to show you some drills that I do at home, whether with my son, or you can use this at a facility. You can put it in your backyard. Again, we're in the driveway here at my house. I'm going to show you some drills that we use that are really, really easy to do, and they make a big difference when you consistently do them. So before we get into that, two things that I think are really, really important. The first thing is any big improvement that you're going to make is going to be outside of practice. A lot of players, especially today, think that all their practice comes in an organized setting with a coach and teammates. You're going to learn stuff there, no doubt about it. But if you want to actually make big improvements, you have to take the things that you learn at practice, and then you have to go and do them on your own. So the rebounder is a great way to get those fielding mechanics that you might learn at practice, or maybe you learn online on a YouTube video. You're able to then take that information and practice it, because it's going to take thousands and thousands and thousands of reps to make those mechanical changes that you're trying to make actually become second nature. So that's the first thing. The second thing real quick is a lot of times I hear kids say, well, I don't have anyone to hit me ground balls, right? So I can't get a lot of work in. All you need to get work in is a ball and a rebounder. That's it. You don't need a friend, you don't need a parent, you don't need anyone to be able to hit you or roll you ground balls. So I'm gonna go through a series of drills that you can do at home by yourself, and you can literally get in thousands of reps a day if you wanted to spend the time to do so. Okay, so let's go over the first thing that I like to do. And all you do is you get down on two knees, and you can start with a glove or no glove. I'll start without a glove first. And so all we're gonna do here is work on body positioning. We're gonna work on proper hand placement, proper movement after you field the ball, and then getting into a strong throwing position. So the first thing that you want to do when you do this drill is we're going to work on fielding the ball between our shoulders. Anytime we field the ball between our shoulders, we're going to use two hands. All right. Our goal is to get it off our left eye, but because we're taking the feet out of it right now, you might not get every single ball over your left eye. Now, as far as the position of your body, you want to think about getting your chest forward, and you want to get off your heels. Don't be sitting back on your heels. If you sit back on your heels, your chest is very vertical like this. So I want to feel like my chest is forward. Now, when I get my chest forward, what it does is it gets my hands out front. I need to be able to see the ball in my hands at the same time, at all times when you're fielding a ball. So I want to get my chest forward, get my hands out in front. Now, I like to have my hands placed at a 45, right? So I'm at a 45 like this. So I'm not hands over hands. So I'm not bare hand over glove hand, right? And I'm not going to be from the sides, but I'm going to be from a 45 here, okay? So I'm out front. I can see the ball, and I can see my hands at the same time. My eyes are really close to my hands because my chest is forward. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce the ball off of the rebounder. I'm going to field the ball with two hands. When I field the ball, I'm going to bring the ball to the middle of my chest. Right, it's right here to center chest. My elbows are going to go out. My thumbs are going to go up. All right, I'm going to receive the ball. All right, so I'm going to go chest forward, hands out in front, 45-degree angle. I'm going to throw the ball off the rebounder. I'm going to field the ball, bring it to center chest, elbows out, thumbs up. And now I can do the same thing with my glove on. All right, so notice also when I'm doing that, my fingers are down, right? So I want to be as loose and free in the hands as I can. So the fingers of my glove, I just let them hang down. I'm not stiff like this. So my fingers are very loose, down towards the ground. I want to feel like both hands are loose, because loose hands are going to be quick hands. If my hands get tight and stiff, well, I'm going to have slow hands. Now, after you do balls right at you, you can then shift your body and you can do forehand and backhand, and really the mechanics stay the same. Right? Nothing really changes. Still want to see the ball out front. The only thing that changes is I'm going to use one hand. So if it's within the framework of my body, I use two. If it's outside the framework of my body, I use one hand. I still bring the ball to the center of my body, right? So I'm going to field the ball. I'm going to go thumb to thumb to the middle of my body. If it's a backhand, I'm going to field the ball. I'm going to come thumb to thumb to the middle of my body. All right, so after I work my hands and my body from a knee, now I just push back a little bit and I get into a fielding position, and I do the exact same thing. So nothing really changes. The only difference now is I'm on my feet. So one big thing that you have to think about is getting your back flat. So your butt's actually going to be up and your back's going to be flat. That's how you get your hands out front. So I want to field the ball out here, right? If my butt is not up but it's down, then my chest is really vertical and then my hands go between my feet, right? And so I can't be here, I have to be here. All right, so really important to get in good position. I'm not gonna come up when I field the ball. I'm gonna stay low, I'm gonna bring the ball to the center chest just like I did before. I'm gonna make sure that I see the ball into my glove and I don't peek my head. I keep my head down. If you start to peek your head up early, your body's gonna come out of posture. So keep your head down when you do it. All right, so it's gonna look like this. All right, and then once you get balls between your feet, now we're gonna work on one-hand balls outside of our shoulders. So just turn my body a little bit. Same type of thing. Bring the ball middle. And you can do backhands. Now after you do that, you can mix in footwork as well. So you can be in the same position, and then when you field it, you're gonna take your right to your left and your left to your target. So it'll look like this. And then you can do the same thing again, forehand and backhand. Now the last one is just really incorporating your feet. And again, I'm using right to left, left to target because I want to get my momentum going towards my target. And so as an infield, you're always throwing to the left. And so right to left, left to your target, you're going to set your lead shoulder and put your body in position with your target. And it's also going to help you get closer to your target. Now the last thing is backing up, throwing the ball off the rebounder, quickly working your feet just to the right of the ball so you can get your momentum going back to the left. So the key that I use with our players is get the ball right on your left ear. So I get to the right of the ball, I get the ball in my left ear, and then I work back through the ball, trying to field the ball right over my left eye. So when I put my hand out, my glove naturally opens best to the ball when it's over my left eye. The more I go across my body, the more I have to manipulate my hand, and now my arm and hands get really stiff and my hand speed slows down. So let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so those are some really, really easy drills to do all by yourself, just using a ball and a rebounder. You don't need any friends, you don't need anyone. You can get it all done on your own. And again, the best players that I've played with are players that do things on their own. They don't wait for someone to say, hey, let's go take ground balls. Hey, let's go take batting practice, right? They're players that take the initiative to go and do it, again, on their own. And this is the way that you are able to build in perfect mechanics. You need to be able to do it thousands of times here in your driveway before you can think that you can get into a game and someone's going to rip a 90-mile-an-hour ground ball to you and you're going to do it properly. Unless you've done it thousands of times the right way, there's no chance it's going to carry over into the game. So hopefully that makes sense. So if you want to check out Rukket Sports Rebounder, just go to rukketsports.com. Again, we use all this stuff with our anti-line baseball teams. It's hugely important. It's a big part of our daily practice. So that's all we got. Hopefully this helped.